Hello, everyone, and welcome to Backstop Podcast. I'm your host, Ovi Muniz. This is my very first episode in my second season, and it's been a crazy start as a fan watching the Boston Red Sox, but it's still early in the season, and there's still plenty of baseball to play. Anything can happen. Last season, the Red Sox took off in the month of May and they were unstoppable. Then June came around and it started to decline. And yeah, the Red Sox finished last and we didn't make the playoffs. But what could happen this season? And it's still some concern because I feel like the Red Sox are back where they left off last season. But hey, only 11 games in, and it's still the month of April. The panic button should not be there. And let's see what happens later on. But in the meantime, welcome to my podcast. And I'm going to quickly go over some things about the Red Sox and the stats and everything else, and a little bit of prediction and a little bit of disappointment that I have at the very end, and I will share with you. We're looking at the standings, well, the schedule for the Boston Red Sox, and they started with the Orioles, and they clearly could have been swept by the Orioles if you watched the game, but there were a couple of comebacks there. And then we didn't do so well with the Pittsburgh Pirates as they got swept. But then we come around, we turn things around with the Detroit Tigers, but they too are struggling as well. And the Red Sox took advantage of it, winning 3 in a row. And now they're facing the Tampa Bay Rays. No offense on the first game. And in the second game, Whitlock gave up 3 home runs. So they're just filling things out. And against our rivals, again, we got lucky with the Orioles, but we're struggling against the Rays. And that offense is not taking off as it should be. The Red Sox lose the game 7-2 on April 11th, and they'll finish their series with Tampa Bay today and move on back to Fenway Park at the end of this week. But in the meantime, the star player is what you see right there in the screen, and that is Devers, who signed a huge contract in the offseason, and he's still backing it up, batting over 300. In the standings, the Red Sox are in last place behind the Orioles. They're 5-6 record. And again, still early. But my concerns is this. The batting average is 240, 8th in the American League, 19th in MLB. And the earned run average, they have 4.73, which is really high. They're ranked 10th in the American League, and they're 17th overall in MLB. They're tied with the Pittsburgh Pirates. That ERA is really high for the pitcher standpoint. Alex Cora returning again. This is going to be his 6th season with the Boston Red Sox as a manager. Started off in 2018 winning the World Series. And within the first 11 games, they were 9-2. In 2019, they finished 3rd. Didn't make the playoffs, but they started 3-8. And of course, we all know the suspension came in 2020 with his cheating scandals with the Houston Astros. Served it. He was responsible for it. He was honest about it. It is what it is. But coming back, started off the season 8-3 with the Red Sox. Lost in the ALCS versus the Houston Astros. And last season, they started 6-5. Finished 5th in the American League East with a record of 78-84. Now, we're 1 game under to what they did last year. But does that mean that the Red Sox are going to finish in last place this coming year? Or will Shane Bloom and the rest of his staff be able to make some trades and get some good quality players, power hitting, clutch hitting, something that the Red Sox are lacking of? Now, Adam Duvall has been superior so far the first 11 games for the Red Sox, batting a .455, 4 home runs, 14 RBIs. His on-base percentage is off the charts, and he's leading in hits by 1. That's outstanding for a guy's first year with the Red Sox and everything else. And with him and Rafael Devers, they're making it happen. But again, he's now out in injured reserve. he broke his wrist. He's out for 10 days, probably out for many, many weeks. But who else is there to step up? Okay, that is the question. Devers batting a 283, 4 home runs, 9 RBIs. That's all right. That's okay. He's doing his thing. But where are the rest of the Boston Red Sox roster when it comes to batting? Okay, Yoshida's batting at 216. He's supposed to be this great player from Japan, but has nothing to show for. Justin Turner, 205. I was against him coming to the Red Sox. The guy's, he's old. He did his time with the Dodgers. There's nothing left for him. Tristan Casas, I don't know what's going on in the developmental department, really, because he's coming up the ranks in the Red Sox franchise, and yet he's batting on 161. Kike Hernandez, he could get kicked out of the team. Why are we still putting him on the roster when he's batting up at 83.083? Connor Wong, another franchise player that come in the ranks there, batting on 120. Rev Snyder batting on 158. And Bobby Dalbec came back and he went 2 for 2 against the Rays. But what is left for him? Is he really shaping up to be the player he was supposed to be when he was looking promising during the pandemic? That's all I got to say. What is going on with the batting, the offense? Where is it at? Should we be looking at these coaches? Where's the hitting coach? Why is he not held responsible? And if you really look at these players and their history, why are we taking players that have been struggling with other teams coming to the Red Sox? Shane Bloom. That's something I'm going to talk about later on in the show. Let's look at the defense, or should I say the pitching. Nick Pivetta 0-1 with a 0.90 ERA. Got 12 strikeouts. Awesome. Tanner Hoke 2-0. His ERA is 4.50. He struck out 9 batters. I put those stats in there because it mirrors with the innings pitched. They're doing an outstanding job. Now, Cutter Crawford went down to Worcester because Garrett Whitlock came up. But gladly to see him go down to Worcester because he's not doing so well. 1-1 with an 8.00 ERA. Corey Kluber 0-2. Yes, he is a Cy Young Award winner, but not this time. Does he have what it takes to represent and take this team to the playoffs? I don't see it. Okay, ERA is 6.48. What are we doing during spring training to get these guys ready? I'm just saying, what are we doing? Pitching coach, what are we doing to get our pitchers ready for the game? Chris Sale, 1-0, ERA 11.25. Okay, Chris Sale, he sailed away already. He's not elite. I mean, he's throwing so many pitches early in the game that we have to go to the bullpen early. And Garrett Whitlock returns to the Red Sox. He pitched well, but he gave up a bunch of knockers. Okay, and that's why his ERA is 9.00. Only one game, but he is the promising pitcher out of everybody else. The rankings is ridiculous right now. Giving up hits, ranked 14th. Giving up earned runs, 14th. Giving up home runs, 5th. 5th in MLB. 5th. We're giving up so many home runs. And in strikeouts, we're not even close to being elite when it comes to pitching. We can't stop these batters. We can't shut them down. They're always knocking. The opposing batting average is 259, ranked 19th. We're in the middle. But if you look at the comparison, how can we not be dominant? We're not ready. The Red Sox is not ready right now. And to take a look at everything, you know, we should be prepared. The outlook of, can we, the Red Sox, be contenders? And as of right now, Red Sox are not contenders right now. And that is frustrating to see. All the rules changed and everything else should not reflect on the performance that our Red Sox players are doing right now. What we're seeing is travesty, pretty much. But could they turn it around? Already 2 weeks into the season, Let's see what happens towards the end of April going on to May. The temperature is going to get warmer. Could the bats be swinging? And if we having a slow start now and warm up in the summer, would it last towards the end of the season when the temperatures cool down? I don't know. But Shane Bloom, who is the president of operations for the Boston Red Sox, Brian O'Halloran, he is the general manager, even though Shane Bloom is the one running the show. But are these two people really the two key guys to stick around for the Boston Red Sox? Because they say trust the system. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen one season. But listen, this is a new season and not a great start. And Shane Bloom came over from Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is doing outstanding right now. They're still undefeated. Why not the Red Sox? Just saying. They got young players. They got a balanced players, put it that way. But they're performing. Not so much for the Boston Red Sox. What are we doing? We might have that answer in my next episode. And for Alex Cora, could this be the last season for him? Will the Red Sox pick up his option for 2024, or will he be dismissed mid-season? That is the question, man, because if the Boston Red Sox are not going to be contenders and they hit rock bottom again, the fans are going to go crazy. The fans are going to knock on the door. And for me, in my opinion, I don't blame Alex Cora. I blame the whole entire staff up there in the Red Sox organization for allowing this to happen. Again, it's frustrating to see the Red Sox. You know, you would think that finishing in last place this year will be a good turnaround, but I don't think that we got the quality players right now to step up and lead the Red Sox to the playoffs. And you got to look at it. I know it's a long season. Anything can happen. But you look at the stats. Look at their careers. They're not elite. The stats are not elite. Quite frankly, why is Kike Hernandez still playing for the Red Sox? Why is he on the roster? Matter of fact, why is he starting the game? Why he's not benched or sent down? Why not let him go? And if you're the player that can't bat and you're batting under 250 and you're supposed to be in the majors, we got a problem.
Thank you so much for listening to Ovi's Backstop Podcast, part of the CMG Sports Podcast Network. For more, visit hhwshow.com.